Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Supernatural. I just want to apologise straight away for my little lower energy today. I'm just a little bit knackered, I'm still a bit out of it, but I'm fine, so don't worry. I'm hoping some time with the boys will cheer me up and make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, all's good, I'm just a little bit calmer today than I'm hoping to be, so I apologise if it's a little bit more of a subdued reaction than it normally is. Well, that might be a good thing, because the episode's called Bugs, and I'm scared of bugs. Like, if you ever see me out and about in life and a bug gets on me, I'm like, ah! I start screaming and running around. I'm a bit of a wuss, really, when it comes to like insects and bugs and stuff like that. And I have quite bad arachnophobia, so I'm hoping there's not a lot of spiders in this one. Probably famous last words. In terms of the last episode, Hookman, when I was editing it, I kind of felt like I was maybe a bit harsh on it towards the end. It wasn't my favourite episode by any means, but I did enjoy it. The Hookman himself was quite cool, and considering this is a show where the brothers are travelling around a lot, and so we'll have to meet a lot of side characters, the one in Hookman was quite good. She was quite memorable in terms of she got close to Sam and kind of started helping him deal with his feelings a little bit more about Jessica, and he started to not move on, but slowly started to open himself up to someone new, so that was good. But yeah, so Hookman was okay. It just wasn't my favourite one. So on to episode Bugs. Like I said before, I'm pretty scared of bugs. I don't know what it's going to be about other than bugs. I guess the only way to find out is to jump into episode 9. No, 8.
Man, these are some fat houses, huh? I'd like to live here. Yeah, too bad you can't afford
Some
it.
fat houses.
Yeah, you're right.
Down with the kids. What is he saying? Oh, he's got insect spray, hasn't he? I get really freaked out by bugs and stuff, especially when there's a lot of them together, so that sound I can hear, I'm not liking.
Dustin?
Is he gonna have like bugs crawling all over him? Because I don't think I'm mentally ready for this. No. Oh, no.
Travis, help! Okay, Dustin, it's okay. Oh God.
Ew. And they've all gone. Have they crawled inside him, maybe? I don't know why it freaks me out so much, because in the UK there's a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and I watch it every season, every episode. And fair enough, when there's spiders I get a bit freaked out, but when they're like people like buried alive with like thousands and thousands of cockroaches and stuff, that doesn't freak me out, but I don't love it.
You know, we could get day jobs once in a while.
Hunting's our day job.
Credit card scams?
At least it's kind of
Most
trying to
honest thing in the world,
explain
Dean.
Well, let's see.
where they get the money from, because that was one of my questions, is how are they affording all these motels and things.
Dustin Burwash supposedly died from Creutzfeldt Jakob.
Huh?
Human mad cow disease.
Mad cow.
Ooh. Heard of it before.
He fell in the sinkhole. I went to the truck to get some rope, and by the time I got back,
So I'm wondering if this is like a bug demon thing.
just Dustin.
No wounds?
Because it doesn't seem like it's like a
Why, he was
ghost.
bleeding? Yeah, but then again, if it wasn't some disease, what the hell was it?
Could be like a
Good question.
You know,
just like an
can you
Indian
tell us
burial
where this
ground.
happened?
Because these shows always tend to have at least one episode where something happens on an Indian burial ground, and then some sort of curse is released, and people start getting killed off. So if the next person to die is related to this project, then I'm going Indian burial ground.
Dean, we have no idea what's down there.
All right, I'll go if you're scared. Scared?
Flip the damn coin.
All right, call it in the air, chicken.
I'm going.
I said I'd go.
You didn't want to go down a second ago.
All right. So you found some beetles in a hole in the ground. That's shocking, Sam.
I'm wondering where the rest of the beetles are.
You know,
Just
some beetles do eat meat.
Oh.
Now it's... What?
Pennywise.
Oh, a good place to start.
I really wish I could tour America and just meet people in all the different states, Just see all the different kind of cultures. It'd be so good if I wasn't poor.
The manicured lawns. How was your day, honey? I'd blow my brains out.
And in lockdown.
Let me just say, we accept homeowners of any race, religion, color, or
Sexuality.
sexual orientation.
We're
Wincest.
brothers.
We're the first family in Oasis Plains. This is my wife, Joni.
I'm wondering if it was meant to be filmed when it was sunny,
Dean? Sam.
Pleasure.
but it started raining, so they had to kind of just change this
And Lai is
script
the
slightly,
best
potentially.
to sell some houses.
Right. I take it you two are interested in becoming homeowners.
Well, yeah, well,
Well, let me just say that we accept homeowners of any race, religion, color, or sexual orientation.
It's weird that they have to specify that.
I'm
Like,
gonna go talk to
I mean, this was quite, what, 15 years ago, but it should just be a case of anyone who wants to live here, they can live here, as long as they can afford it.
My son, he's into insects. He's very inquisitive.
You also have 3 different Whirlpool
Nope.
tubs to choose from. The hardware for the tubs includes nickel, brass, and when you see the kitchen, you can choose from,
Yep, I do have bad arachnophobia.
Well, not exactly brochure material.
This weird
hang
kid's
in there, it gets better. All right?
behind
I
it somehow, I'm guessing.
When?
Maybe it's not an Indian burial ground after all. Can we please take the transfer off screen?
Well, Dad never treated you like that. You were perfect. He was all over my case. You don't remember.
Maybe you had to raise his voice, but sometimes you were out of line.
Right. Right, like when I said I'd rather play soccer than learn bow hunting.
Your Dean's got like a really romanticized
How is
opinion
it
of his
for
dad,
Oh, it's
that he
actually
could do no wrong, and that
So you might be
whilst I agree that the dad did the right thing by
Burwash wasn't the first strange death.
preparing them for demons and things like that, like Dean just can't seem to see any fault. Uh-oh. I feel like she's about to die. How can she not be more freaked out that she'd had a spider on her head? And it wasn't a small one either. Maybe I shouldn't have watched this episode in the state that I'm in. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm a bit sad that I missed her falling through that thing, but it was worth it to not have to see all those spiders. I'm hoping that's the last of the spiders now. We've had the beetle insect things at the beginning, then we had spiders. So now I'm hoping the next attack will be something that I can watch. Oh.
The shower is awesome. Come on.
Don't think you were showering though, Dean. Well, he was in the shower, but using the shower head for something different. I'm sure there's an episode of Smallville about a guy who could control bugs. Is that one of the very first episodes, I think?
You tried to scare her with a spider.
Wait, you think I had something to do with that?
Maybe he did it like without meaning to?
He attacked
Like, do you know with a Hookman where
You know about those?
There is something going on.
the ghost was like
I don't know what.
not feeding off people, but going after
Something's
people,
happening with the insects.
but they hadn't done it intentionally?
Don't sweat it, because in 2 years, something great's gonna happen.
What?
College. You'll be able to get out of that house and away from your dad.
What kind of advice is that? Kid should stick with his family.
Okay, tension. I don't want to know what's under that. I really don't. If they cut it open and like millions of bugs come or spiders come out, I'm done. Okay. I'm going back to Indian burial ground.
How about telling him to respect his old man? How's that for advice?
Dean, come on. This isn't about his old man. You think I didn't respect that? That's what this is about.
Just forget it, all right? Sorry I brought it up.
I respected him. But no matter what I did, it was never good enough. I always has
Aw.
been.
Why would you think that?
Because I didn't want to bow hunt. Or
Dean
hunt
just
because
can't
I wanted
see
to go to school and live my life.
any fault
Far whacked up
whatsoever in
made
the
me
dad.
freak. Most dads don't toss their kids out of the house.
I remember that fight. In fact, I seem to recall a few choice phrases coming out of your mouth.
Right? Doesn't mean it's okay.
But even when you two weren't talking, he used to swing by Stanford whenever he could. Keep an eye on you.
I mean, that's nice and all. Like saying, just because he did that doesn't mean that he treated Sam okay. But Dean was treated like the best son ever, so he just can't see
That's a two-way street.
what Sam's
there.
saying.
Picked up the phone.
He's not listening.
I'd say they're 170 years old, give or take. The time frame and the geography heavily suggests Native American.
Were there any tribes or
Okay,
reservations?
that's 2 episodes in a row where I've guessed what's going on
Not
quite
according
early
to
on.
the historical
We're students from the university.
No, you're not. You're lying.
Well, truth is,
You know who starts sentence with truth is?
Liars.
Liars. I like him. He's not a liar. I know the area.
I like him, he's cool.
what can you...
And on the sixth night, the cavalry came one last time. And by the time the sun rose, every man, woman, and child still in the village was dead. That no white man would ever tarnish this land again. Nature would rise up and protect the valley.
So they're going to try and kill everyone? As like revenge for what happened to them?
So
Okay,
every
that
year
makes
about this time,
sense.
anybody in Oasis Plains is in danger. Larry built his neighborhood on cursed land.
And on the sixth night, that's tonight.
And who is this again?
Travis Weaver. I work for Oklahoma Gas and Power.
Uh-huh. So the problem is I know Travis. He's worked with us for a year.
was gonna say that.
Who is this?
Yeah, I was going to say. Wouldn't you pick a name that wasn't so known to them? Dean is the worst at lying.
My dad doesn't listen in the best of circumstances. What am I supposed to tell him?
You gotta make him listen, okay?
Maybe
Give me the phone.
just
Give me the phone.
pretend to
Matt,
faint
Under no circumstances are you to tell the truth. They'll just think you're nuts.
and go to the
You
ER.
have a sharp pain in your right side, and you got to go to the hospital. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
I got you, Dean. So one good thing you've done this episode. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Everybody in the house. Everybody in the house. Go.
That's like my worst nightmare, other than spiders. Oh, bleh. Keyholes. People always forget about keyholes. These people are handling it very well. If this was happening to me, I would be shitting myself. You've basically got like a biblical swarm of insects covering your house.
Everybody needs to get upstairs.
They did say the fireplace, and no one bothered to cover it up. That little tiny flame is going to do fuck all to that amount of bugs. Surely that amount of bugs in there should have killed them by now. Because that's more bugs than were in any other places. What was that? Oh, they're all leaving. Is that the sun? Because that sun rose in about 3 seconds. Bullshit. That's nice though, at least he's started to appreciate his family more now than he did before. So he's learned from the experience.
He's just doing the best he could.
Oh, don't worry, we'll find him.
I've got really weird feelings about
And you'll
this.
apologize.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the start of the episode, I have my Toy Story Pizza Planet hoodie on. Just wanted to put something really comfy on just while I wasn't feeling 100%, so yeah. I might be a big horror fan, but I do love me some Disney as well. Okay, so that was Bugs. I actually quite enjoyed that episode. I think I really liked it towards the end specifically. As much as the bugs freaked me out and the whole swarm all over the house, I really liked that moment because it felt like a horror movie. And like when they're all trapped in the house and the bugs are trying to get in, it really did feel like the finale of some sort of weird, creepy, bug-related horror movie, so I enjoyed that. The storyline as a whole, throughout the episode about the bugs and the, as I guessed it, Indian burial ground, was fine. I kind of disappointed that I guessed it from the very beginning, because like I say, shows like Buffy and X-Files and Supernatural, and probably lots of these other shows, always have an Indian burial ground episode. There's always mysterious people dying in some crazy way. More often than not, there's some sort of construction site or people building property, that kind of thing involved, and it always turns out to be in an Indian burial ground. So I was a little disappointed that it was a bit generic in that sense, but I'm hoping that because they got that storyline kind of out of the way so early on in the show, this is only episode 8, that we won't have to see that again, but maybe it'll crop up at some point. They've got 15 seasons worth of storylines and demons and monsters to fill, so it might appear at some point or another. The ending was bullshit. I know they said earlier on they have to wait till sunrise, because once the 6 days are over, the curse thing will stop. But that sun rose in seconds. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I know the sun rises. Once the sun rises, maybe that's it. Like, once the first ray of the sun comes over the horizon, maybe the curse is over. I get that. But the actual visual way they showed us was 1 minute it was black outside, 2 seconds later it was full sun outside. Bullshit. I didn't like that whatsoever. That was just too convenient. It felt a bit too easy. Like, if they just got in their car when the bugs came and drove out of town, surely that would have been an easy way to resolve it than hide in this house and potentially get attacked by bugs where there was like thousands and thousands of, or if not more bugs, which could have easily killed them, but for some reason it didn't. They just waited around till the sun rose. Yeah, I know they were trying to like spray it with flame and all that stuff, but there was less bugs like with the lady with the spiders and stuff, and yet she got killed. I mean, I know she fell out the glass and stuff, but I don't know, it just felt like a bit too convenient, the ending. But it was, overall, the actual book storyline was interesting from the little bits that I could watch. I've got quite a lot of interesting thoughts about the Dean and Sam situation. I'll be the first to admit, and I apologise because I know a lot of my viewers are big Dean fans. I didn't like Dean in this episode at all. Like, yeah, he had a good couple of moments, but on the most part, I found him quite irritating. And it was because, like I said before, you just can't see any fault in the dad whatsoever. I understand that he was the firstborn, so he got treated probably better than Sam did. He was with these demons longer than Sam was, and so he's got a relationship with dad that Sam never probably will have, or had, or whatever. But when Sam was saying, look, your dad treated me this way, which was different to you, Dean was just kind of talking him down and just kind of negating his feelings, and I didn't appreciate that. Like, just because dad was great to you doesn't mean he was to Sam. And it was frustrating where they were talking about how Sam and the dad had arguments and said things to each other that weren't nice, and it led to Sam kind of leaving. Dean kind of put all the blame onto Sam, and I didn't like that. Like, yeah, he did say it's a two-way street, but it was always, it's a two-way street, you could have done this as well, you could have picked up a phone. Right, well, if Sam decided that he didn't want that life, and he left, and the dad was a bit of a dick about it, surely dad should be the one to pick up the phone. It's all well and good saying, well, he came to the university and made sure you were okay. Right. So what? He didn't apologise. He didn't pick up the phone. He didn't try and make amends with Sam. Yeah, it's nice that he went to see him, but Sam didn't know that. As far as Sam was concerned, he left after an argument with the dad, and they said horrible things to each other. The dad made no effort then, cut him out. So Sam has every right to feel the way he does, and the fact that Nick Dean was kind of diminishing his feelings and his opinion and the experience that Sam had, I felt was really wrong of him and unfair. I do agree it's a two-way street, and Sam could have apologised. There's blame on both parts, and Dean was putting it all onto Sam in my eyes, and just could not see any fault with the dad whatsoever, and was kind of berating Sam about it. So I just feel like I have complicated feelings about Dean. And one thing that I kind of realised about Dean as well is that because of the life he's led with the monster hunting and all that stuff with the dad, he's so comfortable lying that that's his go-to mechanism for everything, which is lie, lie, lie. Like when he went to meet the guy in the cafe, the Native American dude, who spotted Dean was a liar straight away. They didn't need to lie. They could have gone over and said, look, we found these bones from these ancient Native American people. These bad things happening. We're just wondering if they could potentially be related. Is there any sort of story or curse or that you're aware of? Dean just lied straight away. We're students. And the guy went, no, you're not. And then when Sam said, well, no, we're here about these bones, this guy was like, I like you, and then Dean would just pull the face. It just became very clear that Dean cannot be open and honest. He's so scared of people knowing him. It's not even that. It's just that he seems like when there's a way they can get what they want by telling the truth, he's still too scared to be honest. He has to just, his response, his instinct, his reaction is to lie and come up with a cover story and say we're these people or we're these people, and there's no need for it. Sam got the desired result by telling the truth. So I guess it says more about who Dean is as a person, that lying's so easy to him and so comfortable. Maybe the dad's to blame. Like, it's all well and good romanticising who this dad is, and they took care of him, and he did, and that's noble. But maybe it's worth looking at the fact that maybe the dad has also done a lot of damage to these kids with the way that he's led, particularly Dean's life. Like when Dean was saying about how the thought of like a normal life in suburbia or whatever, that horrifies him. That's kind of worrying, like, that you'd want to have this demon hunting life. Surely if you had the choice to put yourself in danger and kill all these demons or have a normal life seems like the easy option to me. But as much good as they do, I don't know, I feel like for an episode that was a Monster of the Week episode, it did shine a lot of light on Dean's character and who Dean is as a person. And that was interesting. I just felt like the way he treated Sam in this episode, I didn't really care for. And that's not me as a Sam fan. That's just me as a person who saw someone with feelings and someone negating those feelings. I didn't like that whatsoever. Overall, I'd say this episode was a good one. Again, another Monster of the Week episode. I'm hoping that in a few episodes' time that we're going to get some more kind of progression on the main storyline. This is the first season, so I don't know how much they have of... Why I was called the mythology episodes? I feel like that's an X-Files thing, because they always had the episodes that were about the aliens and the government conspiracies, from what I can remember, because it's been so many years since I watched it. They were always called like mythology episodes. So that's what I'm going to refer to them as in this show. If they call something different, let me know in the comments below, and I'll call them that. But yeah, I'm hoping we get some sort of mythology episode soon, just to get some more information on the demon that killed the parent, the demon that killed Jessica, and where the dad is. I'd like to know a bit more. We're 8 episodes in. I'm ready for like even just one episode to tide me over. But yeah, we'll see. So anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Again, I apologise, my reaction's a little bit more subdued today. I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear. Hopefully by the time I record the next episode I'll be much better. But yeah, that was Bugs. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well and taking care of yourselves, staying safe, and I'll see you all for episode 9. Take care.